There was a point in my life when I didn't really feel comfortable being myself. My interactions were disingenuous to a degree. I felt like I was always game sharp to make sure I didn't offend anybody around me. There was always a sort of fear keeping me from expressing how I truly feel. A fear that if I state the wrong opinion or make the wrong joke, I'll be shunned and labeled as something I'm not. I knew that by expressing myself, I was exposing myself to those who have the power to take that away. I was constantly worried about saying the wrong thing. Hey, yo, what's going on?
Don't worry about it. He's fat phobic.
Oh, okay, he's fat phobic.
Yeah, you're all good. Have a good one, man. Have a good one.
Yeah, use one, man. I'm sure you felt this at some point in your life. That instead of risking being called something you're not, or having your opinion be used to misrepresent who you are, you opt to stay silent. Man, why do you think it's gotten so difficult to crack a joke or to state a controversial opinion? I believe it's because we have elevated sensitivity over truth. The belief that other people's feelings are more important than the truth. Sensitivity rose above truth when my words started being seen as far more revealing than my actions or intentions. I mean, just think about it. We used to be judged on our actions and deeds because those used to be the most obvious. But now, because social media is the primary form of communication, people are judged on their opinions and words far more. You get rewarded for saying things that make you seem virtuous rather than actually acting on it. As a result, the ones who virtue signal and boast the most on Twitter end up being the same exact ones to belittle and silence you for having a differing opinion. So, are there just some things we shouldn't say? We could take the good with the bad, allowing people to say whatever they want.
What a fucking asshole.
Or do we let private corporations define policy violations or hate speech, giving the power of modern day communication to money-hungry corporations, and us a false sense of safety and freedom of speech? We all want to have a society where people are less racist, less sexist, less homophobic, less fatphobic, etc. And I'm all for it. But communication is critical if we are to solve these issues. Discussions about these topics, though, can sometimes become complicated, controversial, and even sometimes confrontational due to the rise of sensitivity. And so we stay silent, and we never challenge these topics because some people are power tripping. They love having the power to shut other people up and tell them what they can and can't say, feeling virtuous doing so because of the moral high ground they hold. It's a sense of power that we love to feel in our powerless lives. For example, if I was to criticize or joke about fat people, black people, women, immigrants, gays, or any marginalized community, I'm subject to being grouped in with the phobics. My opinions are then completely discredited, my jokes aren't allowed, and my free speech is stumped. People are then allowed to insult me because I'm labeled as a phobic. The same virtuous upholders of modern morality belittle and disrespect me. They believe they are above me due to my opinion. But if I am to criticize a man, a Christian, a white person, or pretty much anyone that the collective nation sees as privileged, I'm applauded, and they'll all laugh at my jokes. It's really sad to see, because jokes are truth, and constructive criticism is essential. But now we're getting to this point where women must be seen as perfect, fat people must be seen as healthy, and black people must be seen without having prejudice. When in reality, we're all filled up with fucked up thoughts, tendencies, and habits that we should acknowledge to then break them down. But not being able to dive into these realms due to the fear of being shunned, labeled, or canceled is confusing us and taking away from our true selves. I mean, we're all a little racist, right? Right? What? Oh, shit. Just admit it! We all have biases due to our past experiences. Instead of pretending these thoughts don't invade our mind, we should talk about it and dismantle these beliefs. Have a healthy disagreement with someone, but also understand you can't change anyone. If someone does have a problem with a group of people, do you really think calling them names and silencing them will teach them a lesson? Or do you think that'll make that person more resentful? Just because someone is racist, sexist, transphobic, fatphobic doesn't give you the right to insult or assault them. They're still human at the end of the day, and their beliefs come from the people who raised them, their past experiences and environments, so it's not completely their fault. Instead of insulting and labeling people, we should try to communicate with them and figure out why they think the way they do. So if we don't believe or agree with them, we can deconstruct those beliefs and build them up to be a better person, not tear them down for a sense of virtue.
I'm outside in it.
I want to bring it back to the beginning of this video. I failed to be my authentic self, not stating my truths and my beliefs to those around me due to fear. I backed away from discourse if my opinion wasn't the prevailing one, and I shied away from jokes, fearing they would be too offensive to those around me. And you know what? I'm tired of trying to please everyone. I'm sick and tired of pretending to be someone I'm not, staying silent instead of speaking up for what I believe to be right, and refraining from certain jokes because they might offend. At the end of the day, I know myself. I know who I am deep down inside. I know I have good intentions. I'm secure with who I am and what I want for myself, the people around me, my community, and even those that disagree with me. I want to spread love, inspiration, and truth. And hopefully one of my viewers can relate to what I'm saying and break free from the fear of speaking your mind. We all deserve to be ourselves and explain what we feel to be true or right, to then engage in civilized discussion to grow as a community. My message to you is stop jumping to conclusions on the character of a person. Stop throwing out all these labels as it just divides us more. Be yourself in all your weirdness and imperfections. Bob and weave all these labels people want to put on you and let your actions show your character. Be exactly who you want to be, or be forever imprisoned by the expectations of those around you.